everybody. Oh my goodness, it's actually arrived. The book is here, is November 8th, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm with Pasta Bro.
Yeah, we were just making pasta for you guys.
We're in
out
New
here.
York City right now, and we're literally outside the publisher's offices with a food truck giving out pasta to all of New York City. But we're very excited because what we're doing here today is giving you a chance to get a signed copy of the book from Premier Collectibles. Premier Collectibles has a whole bunch of books, which I'm going to be doing and signing for you. Um, and you can get whatever, you've obviously purchased the books here. If you haven't, you should, but I'm guessing you have by now. You will receive an autographed uh, Pasta
Copy
Queen cookbook. Yes.
of this book.
So Ago, I want first of all, Ago doesn't talk enough, and I've talked way too much today. So I'm gonna throw him in.
Right.
So why did I, with your help, of course, create this book? What's this book about? I'm gonna put him in there.
So this is over 100 recipes of the most traditional pasta that we make in Italy, and this is our grandma recipes. And we love for you guys to have this kind of knowledge so that you can actually make good quality pasta that is not going to be boring, that is going to be actually excellent for any of your meals. Like you want to take friends over, your parents, everyone, and you can actually surprise them with easy to make recipes because they are not like impossible.
Well, we kind of like broke it down.
Yes.
Where there's like a whole journey. This is not just a recipe book, but it's also like a little bit of a memoir where it really tells you the roots of our family, how we were involved in the pasta making business since the 1800s, and also like going forward, our grandfathers, grandparents, great grandparents, worked in very much with agriculture and land, and really like bringing food to the entire region of Campania, where our father's family is from. And we really go through a whole journey of born in Rome, but also like the whole influence of the Neapolitan cuisine in our life because of our father's family. And it really gives a lot of anecdotes of childhood stories, and it's got
Like
family pictures and our grandparents' pictures, us as kids,
and also my stunning sister. Look at this, guys.
yeah.
I mean,
It was nice. I think it's the sun in the south of Italy that makes everybody look always more gorgeous.
she's modest, guys.
No, it's such a warm light. I noticed a huge difference. Because we're based in Florida.
the light.
No, but he
look
looks
at
great.
me.
Look, doesn't
The
he
light.
look great? He looks great too.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, every chapter of our lives has a series of recipes that have really accompanied those stages of life, and that make sense for those life moments, like from the classics in Rome, like carbonara, cacio e pepe, amatriciana, aglio olio, all the classics that you have from the center south of Italy.
Also, guys, there is a kind of a feature of this book which I find amazing,
Yes.
which is the QR code. When you actually get this code, you can link to it, and it will bring you to the how we make it, so you can see the video of that particular recipe online. So it will guide you through it.
Yeah, the QR code. I think what I wanted to do is I really wanted to create an experience, since the power of Pasta Queen was born on social media. And I thought really we should create a book that is like really interactive, and that also is very visual, and it gives you the possibility to not only read the recipe, but also to scan the QR code and see how I make it and follow along, with me and create the best recipe you can make, But as I was saying, I'm a mother, of four, and I really wanted to make sure that I had a whole index that was dedicated to 15 under 15 minutes recipes in under 15 minutes, because as a busy mom, working mom, sometimes you don't have time to like make fresh pasta from scratch. And we're not preaching that you should always make fresh pasta from scratch, but
I mean, if you can, it's good.
we come from a dry pasta maker family, which means that most of our recipes can be made with boxed dry pasta. And it's actually delicious. It stores for a good chunk of time. Um, and it's really artisanal. Actually, I have even really an amazing thing that I created. It's a resources page, which if you scan the QR code, I give you all of the top like
Our
online
favorite brands.
brands
Yeah.
that where you can purchase the best flour, the best pasta, the best gluten-free pasta, the artisanal cheeses, cold cuts, prosciutto, salame, guanciale, all of these things. I've listed them all in the back. But also, if you actually expand on the resource QR code, you will be finding my entire collection of ingredients, resources online, and it goes to my website, so you can get that. And I really wanted to tell you how proud I am of this moment. It has been like a labor of love. I mean, it took us a year
It
to
is.
put together the manuscript and to fly to Italy and shoot the book. We involved all of our family members, which you will see: great aunties, nonnas, cousins, uncles. Everybody is part of it. My kids, of course.
Also, all the review we
I
did
think
of
my
all single
husband,
recipes.
my husband, my husband's hand is in the book too.
Wow! If you can spot it, guys, tag us on it. We actually
He
make some-
refused to come in the picture. I said, "I'll give you my hand." He's picking up some food, and the food photographer was able to catch his hand, so he's also in the book. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to share with you. This book is now available everywhere, and I'm glad that I'm doing it with Premier Collectibles this live, because I really want you to get a signed copy, so you can get it right now. Premier Collectibles, you get a signed copy by me. I'm gonna be
And I made
spending.
sure she signed each one of them. We were there together, and she was like,
I was trying
"I
to
was
skip
in
some,
Spain," and yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna get one of those.
But yeah, but I also want to know from you. Do you have any questions? I mean, this is supposed to be like a live. I want to involve the audience. Like, what questions do you have? What can we answer for you
Let's see.
regarding the book?
Let's see. We had a few questions.
Like some good ones.
So, if you could do anything other than being a gorgeous pasta queen, what would you be doing?
That
That's
is an
interesting.
actual excellent question. I would probably be a full-time theater actor. Like, I love doing plays, so I love being on stage. So I would probably be in theater as probably my biggest passion, even above cooking. But then I cook so well, and I also love to eat. So I think that pasta queen is a combination of two,
Yes.
right?
I
A little bit
believe-
of theatrical drama and lots of Italianas.
Okay, so we have another one, which is a very interesting one, and
What
it's
is
an
it?
interesting topic. Okay.
Ooh, what is it?
So it says, "Hi Nadia, do you have any more words of wisdom for longevity from your amazing 82-year-old aunt?
Yes,
You're both so inspiring and gorgeous."
that might be a whole subject for my next cookbook, which I haven't told anybody.
That is.
But yeah, so I am a huge researcher of great foods, great ingredients, and also I've done a lot of studies of different populations that are the longest lived on planet Earth, and I've read books by other authors that talk about this, and I've done research, and really I think it's really having a strong family, like a really good family that you are proud of, that you talk to, that you spend good time and quality time with. Because having a really solid, basis, like a good family or a good group of friends, like a good circle of friends, will get you through so many dark times and also so many good times. Like they're your people, they're your like, um how do you say, ride or die, right? Is that how you say, ride
Ride
or
or
die?
die, yes.
They're your ride or die people. And I think that every one of us has to cultivate a, like a solid group of people, even if it's tiny, 3 4 good
Yeah.
people that are your ride or dies, because that's what you need really. And I think that there was a study by a National Geographic explorer that went all around the world to like really research what all the longest living population had in common. And that was one of them. They had a group of friends that they visited with at least once a day, and they actually invested the time to kind of cultivate that and exchange their successes and their troubles and their issues with one another. And each one of them was really supportive of each other. And then I think that uh, having a purpose in life, like what is your purpose in life? That is something that, especially in older age, can keep someone really alive because
Yeah.
they feel a sense of purpose,
True, true, true.
and they feel like, they're there because they want to see their grandkids make it to university, or their kids are still having trouble with their own kids, and they are there to give great wise words of wisdom, and really having a really definite sense of purpose in life.
Yeah.
And then eating great food, doing very mild, not too strenuous exercise. That's what I've noticed with myself. Like we don't go to the gym and like hit it hard with
Well,
like
we
like,
move pots all day, which,
but also we take like
yeah.
long, nice walks, and it's very mild, and it's keeps your body flowing and moving, and also like really believe that you are gorgeous, and really keep telling yourself that you're gorgeous. And that's something that I really like to do with the book, and also with all the videos that you see. It's like really believe it.
Yeah.
That's why you're just gorgeous. Really believe it, because that's what sets the whole mood. Because no matter how many good advice people can give you, if you don't accept those and don't believe them, then it's pointless. So that's some words of wisdom,
I agree completely, actually.
right?
I do. Yeah, when
Do you
people,
have
yeah,
some advice
some
for?
advice is actually when you actually have no use for yourself anymore, meaning you cannot be of help of anybody,
Oh
then
yeah.
it's where you let go of the thing. So if you want to keep your loved ones near, even if you don't have them particularly nothing for them to do for you, give them something. They'll feel helpful.
Give them something to do.
Yes, have them
Like
help you.
make them feel useful. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's a great point.
yeah.
So what's the next question? Because I think we're gonna become
So we have
philosophers.
another topic, which is one of the most asked things.
What is it?
Now, this words it in a way that will lead to it. But so, how many times a week do you make pasta for dinner?
Every day.
I know,
Once a
but
day. Once a
the
day.
but the topic
We
was
go easy.
that because we always get asked, how do you stay in shape,
Oh yeah.
eating pasta every day, eating cheese every day?
I think it's a lot to do with portions. I've noticed that in when you go to Europe, we probably eat about one third size of what I've seen in restaurants here in
Yeah,
the
the
US.
U.S.
Like
it's crazy. Yeah,
I've gone to Italian restaurants, and their pasta plates are like really big and like filled, and there's a lot of oil, and there's a lot of just the quantities probably
but also the
3x.
quality of what you actually
But
eating.
it's also a lot to do with the quantity.
Of
I mean, it's
course,
all about.
of course.
I've noticed, it's really about a mathematic equation. Like if you eat a certain amount, and then you don't burn that amount, you're not going to lose weight, but you're only going to put it, So a portion, we are actually not used to eating the size portions that I've seen here in the US.
No, no.
And no, so that's one thing that I would start looking at, because I eat everything. I don't restrict anything from my diet, but I do eat in proportions.
But I would also want to mention the fact that the pasta we use in Italy, or Italian pasta from Gragnano specifically,
Which
the
is in
southern part,
Naples.
the southern
The
part of Italy.
Neapolitan pasta that we always promote, which is slow dried at low temperature and is extruded with bronze dyes. That kind of pasta is way more digestible as well, and it doesn't bloat you because it is actually made uh, in such a very natural process that it doesn't destroy the nutritional value
In the enzymes
of the
in the
wheat
pasta,
and the enzymes that help you digest that kind of pasta. So, and also like we use a very high quality extra virgin olive oil. We really cook with a lot of people actually have been impressed that they see me cook with extra virgin olive oil, because they've been asking me, aren't you only supposed to use it for salads or raw things, maybe bruschetta or whatever? No, we use it for everything. And um, it actually has a very high smoking point, so it doesn't really turn bad unless you really
I
go
mean, you
for
burn it completely.
you have to burn
Yeah.
it, and I think it goes even above deep frying temperature.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. Even when you're deep frying, if you stay at 360, 370 Fahrenheit, you're still good with the olive oil, and it does not turn bad. So when you were baking with the olive oil in the oven, I always try to keep the temperatures at between 350 and 370.
Yeah.
So even if it takes a tiny bit longer to cook, I know that the extra virgin olive oil, it's not turning rancid, or it's not changing its molecular structure and then turning bad. But the little things like that, and also we don't use processed packaged foods,
Yeah.
fresh ingredients.
Fresh
We
cheese.
and I talk about it a lot in the book. And I wanted to say, if you haven't gotten the book yet, Premier Collectibles has a signed copy of my book. But I talk a lot about ingredients and the importance of really like connecting with the agriculture and the farmers in your local communities. Because believe it or not, I know that it's easier to go to the grocery store, but there's these small families, small businesses of farmers that are around everywhere in the US, I found. And there's even a database online, and you can enter your zip code and it tells you which farms are around you. And I talk about it also in my resources page on the book. But it's important because sometimes it even costs less to purchase from these farmers. You're helping small businesses, you're helping your health, you know exactly how the food is being made.
Yeah.
You can ask questions. I think it's that kind of, ways of doing it. That's how we do it in Italy. We have a farmers market at every block
Yeah.
of town, and it's kind of our culture to do that. But I found here it's a little bit more like of a novelty to have a farmers market. And but actually you can get CSA boxes and farmers market to deliver to your home. So find your local farmers, support agriculture.
Also, one thing I wanted to mention, that if you get those good ingredients, and this is a feedback we always get when we make food for people that come over all the time when we're cooking something, like they pop up of nowhere. But how light it is, a good plate of pasta, it doesn't like weigh you down at all.
Yeah.
Like they
Like we
can-
just had 2 boxes of pasta outside, and
Yeah.
we're still nice and energetic.
yeah,
It was so good.
it was. We had the
That
special
tomato
tomato.
sauce. It's because we made this tomato sauce just now with this special type of tomatoes that come on like the valley of Mount Vesuvius. So
So
the
good.
soil is so rich in flavor and minerals that everything that grows is just so flavorful. The tomatoes, you don't need sugar. You don't need to add that
They
much
get
seasoning.
creamy.
Just
So
a little
good.
bit of basil and garlic.
Garlic.
There's just the tomato flavor. It's so good.
Yes. I agree.
Next question.
Okay, so next question will be, what is the average time one should allow to prep most of the meals in the book?
The average time
Yeah.
is probably 20 minutes, right? Average time of prepping, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, if you were to chop all the stuff, get,
Yeah,
you
if you
know,
start from
ingredients,
zero.
if you start from zero,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, about 20, 30 minutes, maybe max. I mean, it depends really. Sometimes it's 15 minutes.
I mean, and it depends. I mean,
They're fast.
There are some recipes that are long, and
No,
but
but very
mostly,
little,
yeah,
very little.
it's
Uh,
true.
our book is very user friendly. I mean, as you know, like, we come from a family of farmers, so we're very, very basic cooking that is authentic and traditional. And aside from the ragu sauces or the meat sauces that you can really cook between 1 hour to 3 days,
True.
there's you can make them like time effective, or you can just leave them cooking for 2 days. But other than those, everything else is really quick, very easy, few ingredients. They're really, really great for working parents, working professionals, or people that just want to get great food but don't spend 5, 6 hours in the kitchen as well.
So we have an interesting question, and I see this interesting, and
Oh
you
God.
understand
Why are
why.
you laughing? Are you
Uh,
laughing?
because this is the most common misconception about pasta that I've ever found.
Yes.
So,
I'm getting worried now.
what ingredients do you use to stop pastas from becoming one huge mass after taking the pasta out of the cooking water? I
What?
saw it on the Today Show. Uh, that your pasta was looking like nice and all separate. So, what ingredients they're asking? What
Well,
ingredients
that's
do
a
you
different
use?
method. So, first of all, that pasta is supposed to be fried. So, what we do is um, to keep it moist, we added a little bit of butter and we kind of tossed it in, and then we poured it in the pan. Usually, you don't really need butter because you are just tossing the pasta inside your sauce. So, you're not supposed to be letting the pasta out drained on the side. Your sauce should be ready before the pasta is ready to go in. So you don't really need to have a big mass of gooey, gluey pasta. You have your sauce ready.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about the fact
Is
that
that
most
did I
people.
not understand the question?
No, you did.
Oh,
That most people overcook their pasta and they become one mega block. So you put it out and they just.
that's actually a really good point, Ago. And
Yeah.
we've seen it before. You know how these blasphemous people that throw spaghetti
We are
on the
not
wall.
giving name now.
We're not
Don't.
naming names right now,
Yeah,
but there's people
people.
that have said that a technique to see if your pasta is ready is to throw it against the wall or the ceiling or your fridge or even in your head. I don't know. But the thing is this: if the pasta is that sticky, it means that the starch is completely come si dice overcooked,
Yeah, it's overcooked.
and you can tell when it's overcooked because the pasta literally is sticky. When it's al dente, does not stick to nothing. So make sure you don't overcook your pasta. The starch will overcook and literally turn the pasta into a sticky mess. Starch is like cornstarch, is what is used to make
Yeah.
glue. That's why I say the tears of the gods, the starch is released in the water, that little bit of starch until the pasta is al dente, not overcooked, that it's in the pasta water is the perfect binder between your pasta and the sauce because it's really like a gluey, creamy substance that joins it all together. Did I
So
answer the
so
question?
true that I have nothing to say.
Mamma mia.
But yeah, I
What?
can just leave now.
Yeah, no, don't
So
leave.
no, so it's a good question here. We are a military community
Okay.
and have meet and greets. They having meet and greets with
Oh, meet and
yeah
greets.
between them. I think. What recipe is the easiest and will win the day?
How much time do they have? So I'm gonna give you a short recipe and a long one.
Well, what's the
So
easiest?
I think lasagna if you
But
have the time to
easiest.
make lasagna is super easy. You make a meat sauce and then
Easiest
you
then.
layer it. But that will win the crowd if you have the time
True
to
that.
make the meat sauce. If you don't have time to make the meat sauce, you can really make a cashew pepe or an aglio olio and peperoncino. So it's like garlic, olive oil, and chili pepper sauce. You can add some pecorino romano cheese or parmigiano and really toss it in with the tears of the gods, the pasta water. I'm telling you, they're gonna love you.
That is gonna win the day. Yeah.
But you need to get the good pecorino romano cheese, because like a real one that comes from Italy. I think there's a good one from Locatelli. I think they're in the grocery stores, regular grocery stores. But the flavor, it's really amazing. So listen to this. You create a garlicky olive oil base with chili peppers, a little bit of parsley if you wish. Then you toss the pasta al dente and you add a really generous amount of pecorino romano cheese, a splash of pasta water, and then you toss it all together. You're gonna get a cream with the garlic, with the chili pepper and the oil. That takes you 10 to 15 minutes to make. It's gorgeous, just like you are.
So one thing,
Another question? Or you wanted to say something?
What you tell me? I can give you another question.
Okay.
There are a few interesting ones that I'm like reviewing, and so
This time you're gonna answer.
okay,
So
I can do that.
I'm gonna pick it for you. Let's see here. Okay.
You can go back.
Oh yeah.
That's a long question there. Also, guys, the book is out. Just saying.
Okay, is the book, so I'm aware that there's many regional differences when it comes to cooking.
Sure.
Is your book focused on Roman and South Italian cuisine, or can we accept secrets from the whole country? Thank you very much.
Okay, so our method of cooking is actually more central south, but we try to incorporate in our cooking
Incorporate.
all the best tricks. You know, little things
I
here
think
and
there's
there.
certain tricks that they should be universal, not just
It's true,
Italian.
not just Italians.
Like the pasta water, that works with everything.
Yes,
It's just food science. It's not like, whoa, if you do it in another country or another culture, it's gonna be like very Italian. That's just common sense, right?
Also, there are recipes from the northern part of Italy, like
We have,
ravioli.
ravioli, tortellini.
Tortellini.
We have tortellini in brodo. We also have pesto alla genovese. So we have our favorites from all over Italy, and we kind of incorporate it. You know, we have. Do we have papa al pomodoro? No, we didn't put papa al pomodoro because it wasn't just purely pasta. But we have wild boar ragu, which is a
That's
Tuscan,
so good,
a
guys.
Tuscan
That is
recipe.
so good.
We have, what else do we have that could be? Yeah, we have a lot of from Emilia Romagna.
Emilia Romagna, how to make fettuccine.
We have
fresh pasta.
risotto from Piemonte, no? Lombardia, no? Lombardia, Piemonte. All the northern regions that really cook with a lot of risotto. We got actually quite a few risotto recipes that are very interesting, and that technique is very much of a northern technique. So we really incorporated the best of the best, I think. We didn't go into too much regional cooking of the northern, but we did take the most well-known, most loved technique or ingredients and pasta shapes. Like we have cavatelli, you know, from Molise. We have all the way down to South Sicily, all the way up to you know Milano and
you can
Lombardia.
You can see also there is in the beginning of the book.
Yeah, we made a map. Okay, this is a map that spans from the north to the south of all the ingredients of some of the top recipes that we created.
From that region also.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we've got a lot of things with prosciutto di Parma. Why do I have tomato sauce on my hand?
I don't know why, because you were serving pasta to everybody the whole
I was
morning.
cooking and it was bubbling really hard.
Yeah.
But it's so, you know.
It was worth it.
A good,
Yes, it was.
a good memory.
So I have another little thing I wanted to know.
There's another one?
Another one, a little one.
Wow.
When and how did you know you wanted to cook for a living?
Oh, that's a
Boom.
great question. For a living, I think probably when I was in my mid 20s, my love for cooking was ever since I was,
She used to cook for me when I was 5.
yeah, like probably forever. I've loved to cook and I've always been very interested in learning all the techniques, all the pasta shapes from when I was 5 years old. And then I was cooking for anybody and everybody, and I was always testing recipes on Ago and my pizzas and my pastas and all of that. But as for cooking for a living, where I thought, okay, I'm gonna make this my full-time job and my career, um, probably in 2015
Yeah.
when I started my YouTube channel, and then I kind of left it alone because I was having the worst time editing my own videos and I wasn't really good at it. But then fast forward 2020, when I found out about TikTok, I thought, wow, this is an app that is actually so easy to use. I can film myself and it's 30, 40, 50 seconds max. And
And you'll find this a bit of this story in the book
yeah,
itself.
it's all anecdotes and stories and background all in the book. So that's what I really love about this book, because it's not just a whole bunch of recipes. There's also a lot of
You know,
imagery.
what one thing is, like, we try to put this thing, a gorgeous tip, like when you make that pasta, and you have a little trick that we
We have a
use.
lot of tips, gorgeous tips throughout the book, that really make you become a pasta master. They really elevate your pasta game.
But also, we want to say about the glossary of terms.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
we have a glossary of pasta queenisms.
That's quite funny.
We also go through a lot of the history, thousands of years old history of pasta, where it comes from, and the origin, and the use of pasta through the ages, and also where it really came from, and whether or not Marco Polo is the one that brought pasta to Italy.
Easy. Mm.
All I can tell you is I heard his wife
No
made.
spoiler
I
alert.
heard his wife made pasta for him before he set sail to China. That's all I can say. He was eating it as he was going there.
Basically, with the story, though. Like with the just statement
my.
alone. Okay. So, what's your favorite type of sauce? Tomato sauce for sauces. What kind of
Sorry,
tomato sauces?
favorite what?
What is your favorite type of tomato for sauces?
Okay, so I would say number one, San Marzano, because they're so versatile. I think you say versatile. Versatile. I
Yeah.
Googled it the other day because I kept on saying versatile, and then I realized that it's not versatile.
That's what I was saying.
I know, it's wrong.
Okay.
So
Good.
it's versatile because it's gorgeous, sweet. You barely need anything to do anything with it. Like if it really comes from a good source, and you know that it was canned at the height of summer, where it was the most ripe. And also, like, you can smash them, you can get them whole peeled, and but also I really love the pomodori del piennolo del Vesuvio. So pomodori del piennolo del Vesuvio. It's a really hard word, but what it means is it's a tomato, and it looks like almost like grape tomatoes that have a cute little point. And piennolo, it's basically the come si dice il piennolo?
A little valley.
The little valley on the side of the Vesuvius, and the sweetness is just incredible, and it's a whole different take on the San Marzano. San Marzano is more whole, is a little bit more firm. The Piano del Vesuvio, they're a bit sweeter, and those are really like my favorite. You can find them everywhere in the US. And once again, if you go into my book and you buy it now on Premier Collectibles, which you'll get it signed, at the end there's a my resources page, and not only have the resources there on the book itself, but if you scan the QR code, I expand a little bit on even the kitchen accessories I use and my pasta makers that I love and all of that. And I also give you all of the places where to get the best tomato sauce.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's a lot of value.
That's a
right?
lot of value, for
We
sure.
really wanted to give you and answer all of the questions that we've been asked the most about foods, how we make it, where do we get it, is it possible to find it in the US, what's the best gluten-free pasta brand, what's the best grain-free pasta brand, what's the best dry pasta brand, the flour, the tomato sauces, it's all there, olive oil, everything.
Yeah. Also, we're based in the US, so if we can get it, so can you.
Yeah, yeah, we try to really get everything that anybody from home could get as well. So a lot of the stuff we find it on Amazon as well. A lot of the stuff there's great online stores that sell a lot of Italian imports.
And our local market is just amazing.
Yeah, well, we have a local market, but that's not everybody has a local market.
No, local farm also.
The local farms, like for example, there's a lot of. It doesn't have to be like from Italy. If you have a local mozzarella maker, it's gonna taste delicious. Realize that if you get the mozzarella, there's regulations. The moment it has to leave Italy and it has to go through a plane, it's gonna go through refrigeration process and they have to add things to preserve
It's
it.
kind of weird.
It's gonna
X-rays.
kill the taste. You're better off finding a local cheesemaker that makes fresh mozzarella daily.
Unless you can fly to Italy, then fly to Italy.
Yes.
Right? All right. So
The last question?
last question. Okay. So do you use separate olive oils for cooking and finishing?
No.
Exactly.
That's actually an excellent question because a lot of people have asked me this. Use good olive oil. It's for you are. It's to nourish you. It's going inside of you. It's making your skin more gorgeous, your hair more gorgeous, your circulatory system more gorgeous. It enhances your life. Why do you want to choose? And I understand the price point can be a problem, but if you go online, you can find extra virgin olive oils have very varied price points, and I think it's just always better to have it. I like extra virgin because it's really has the most amount of antioxidants. It's most likely 99% cold press, which means it doesn't use heat to
Yeah.
extract, and it means that the nutritional value remains intact. The
That is so good,
the
guys.
anti-inflammatory properties, the antioxidant properties is great, and if you can use it to dress and to cook with,
I agree completely.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you become what you eat. So that's one thing I believe. And if you
Yes.
eat like bad food, I won't say you become a bad person, but yeah, it's not gonna be good for you.
Well, we are promoters, so you have to understand that of course we've grown up in in the
I mean, our grandfather would bring olive oil from.
Yeah, no, but
farmer.
that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Like we grew up eating wholesome, whole foods. Like whole, in season produce, because the in season produce, it's always gonna have more nutrition than the ones that are grown in like artificial lights and greenhouses, or because it's not the sun. They're not sun powered. We are sun powered humans.
I love that concept.
We're sun powered.
Sun powered.
Like today, there was a little bit of sun, and I immediately got recharged.
Yeah.
And that's how the food works too. Their life, it's a form of a life form. Even
Oh, yeah,
vegetable
yeah,
and plants
100%.
and trees and fruits, they're alive, right? And when they're sun kissed, they're just gonna bloom and ripen exactly how nature intended it, and their nutritional value is gonna be way higher than anything else you can have that is artificially grown.
All right. So yeah.
Buy the book. It's on Premier Collectibles. It's signed. I've really made sure you have plenty of copies available. However, they're going fast, so get it as fast as you can, because I probably signed.
No,
so
not,
much.
I don't know, but every time they keep going out, and I don't think we're gonna sign anymore.
No.
No.
My
So
hand is broken.
This is the
I
last
also
chance
have
you have.
like a whole week of book signing events.
A whole week.
So
But
get
this
it
is
right
the-
now if you cannot come on tour, and come on tour to see me.
Yeah.
We're in New Jersey tomorrow, in Ridgewood, New Jersey, where book ends at 6 p.m. We are at Williams Sonoma in Short Hills
Yep.
on November 10th at 6 p.m. We're in Palm Beach, Florida on November 12th at 12 p.m. Then we go all the way to Los Angeles at the Grove, Williams Sonoma at 6 p.m. on November 15th. Then we have a virtual event with Williams Sonoma, and then another Williams Sonoma in Costa Mesa on November 17th at 6 p.m. If you have been confused by all this rattling off, don't worry, because if you go into my website, thepastaqueen.cooking, you'll see it right on the homepage. Book tickets for the
But
tour.
also on the Instagram page, you can find it all over.
Yeah.
On our platforms, and then
And get your book from Premier Collectibles. Now, these are signed. There aren't that many. So just make sure you get it, because I've noticed that there's been a lot of requests of signed books,
Yeah.
and Premier Collectibles now has them. So
well,
your
they're
copy.
the only ones that they still have them, right?
No, I think there's some somewhere, but they're not available right now. So get them as soon as you can, and stay gorgeous. You're amazing, and I'm so excited to share this with you. I hope you love the book, and leave an Amazon review, of course. It's important.
Yeah.
We're a small business.
Support small businesses.
Support small businesses. Bye, guys. Ciao.
Hey, this is John Acuff, New York Times best-selling author of 7 books and someone who's done a live signing. If you like the one you just watched, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's full of amazing authors having great conversations and signing books for viewers just like you. So make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching today.